Every year, 1,000 men, women, and children are trafficked from one place to another. Most of those trafficked are promised lucrative jobs, education, marriage, among other promises. The end result of this is sexual exploitation, removal of body organs, forced labor. A conference was held at Tangaza University College, which is located at Karen in Nairobi, and it brought together Bishop Vigilio Pante, Elizabeth Mbuka, Winnie Mutevu, Heart Kenya representative, and Sister Florence Kisilu, among other stakeholders in the country. There are push factors that have led many to leave their home countries in search of greener pastures.
Factor for human trafficking are poverty, lack of economic opportunities, unemployment, underemployment, low rate of education, and illiteracy.
Moved from Tier 2 of the year 2015 to Tier 2 of the year 2016, Elizabeth Mbuka narrated how the government is focused on curbing human trafficking.
To address some of the push factors, the government of Kenya has put in place the National Safety Net Program, which is a social protection program established in September 2013. It is a part of the government initiative to improve and enhance social protection delivery in the country, ensure the safety of our people. The government cash transfer programs under the National Safety Net Program include cash transfer to vulnerable children, cash transfer to people with severe disability, and cash transfer to older persons. And we have hunger safety net program in areas where hunger is usually prevalent. The National Safety Net Program represents an important contribution of the government's efforts to reduce poverty and vulnerability to citizens' economic, social, and natural shocks and stress. This program builds on the government's commitment to reduce poverty as articulated in the Kenya Vision 2030. Of trafficking suffer many risks such as drug and alcohol addiction as a coping mechanism. They also suffer from injuries like broken bones due to conditions that they are smuggled or through physical abuse by the perpetrators, traumatic injuries due to physical and emotional abuses, death, among others. More often than not, victims of trafficking are treated as criminals other than victims. In an effort to protect victims of trafficking, the government of Kenya, through the Ministry of Labor and Social Protection and various stakeholders, developed the National Referral Mechanism guideline for assisting victims of trafficking. The guidelines provides a system of identification, referral, holistic support, and assistance based on gender, age, specific needs, and reintegration of victims into their families or communities in and out of Kenya. The goal is thus to protect cooperation between all relevant government departments and other organizations and agencies involved in providing assistance to victims of trafficking and to protect the rights of victims through a professional victim identification process, provision of better support and protection services, and establishment of programs for full recovery and rehabilitation as envisioned in the Counter-Trafficking in Persons Act.
Bishop Vigilio Pante, who is the chairperson of the refugee sefarers, urged Christians to come out and fight the issue.
Is a prophet, and they are going to be in front line there. You cannot sit down. The Pope says, sit down and look there. Different. Well, it's difficult. Well, it's not my job, you know. The job is to teach the people how to pray, to prepare the catechumen. Yes. The advice yourself. So, just come together, meet each other, support each other. And they put their prayer in the end. I like that. It is we are fighting against the devil, the evil one. The evil one is very powerful. And the Pope mentioned in this letter that we are the people of the risen Lord. But before rising, you have to pass through the cross one, through the passion, through the suffering. And so the evil is going to finish. But how long? In the meantime, you fail.
Ni Mutevu, a representative of Heart Kenya, an non-governmental organization which works hand in hand with government to fight human trafficking within the country and even outside the country.
Kenya. Those of us with the wristbands, that is Heart Kenya. I'll discuss more on what else we have, which can use to create awareness. And so what does Heart Kenya do? We deal purely with human trafficking. So we do create awareness on the issue in Kenya, around East Africa, and even beyond. And we do assist victims of human trafficking as well. Again, Kenyans and anyone who is trafficked within Kenya, able to assist them. And Kenyans who are trafficked abroad, we also try and see how best we can go to assist them. Not by ourselves, we also work with other partners like IOM to go to see how best we can be able to bring them back home and give them assistance. We also work with the government in Kenya to prosecute perpetrators. And so currently we have close to 15 cases in court, most of them child trafficking cases. We also do a lot of research in the area to get to understand what is happening in the area, around the borders, what is happening, how best can we improve in our work, and where else is there a need for us to get on what we want to do more work on human trafficking. And then lastly, police and cooperation, where we get to partner with different stakeholders. At the county level, we are able to go at the grassroots level. So we have small networks with NGOs, CBOs, religious leaders, the government at the county level, at the national level, and then because it's a global issue, we also work all over. We have other networks which are, again, international. Trafficking happens within the country and outside the country, which means I can be trafficked from Nairobi to Kisumu to Mombasa, or just from here to Kibera, from here to South Bay, our neighborhoods, or just from here actually to the next building. It doesn't have to be really far away where we need to be taken to. So what can I be able to do to reduce my risk of being trafficked? Or what can I be able to do to ensure that the people around me don't end up in trafficking situations? One, as I mentioned in the morning, most of the time traffickers will promise you employment, good job, a better life, education, or even sometimes marriage is used where after you get married, now you end up being constituting your own home, or you end up being forced to work with your own spouse's job. And so when it's that diverse, where you can actually never know who the trafficker is, it comes to your child being offered a scholarship, or you need to pay for your child to go to school, please go with the child. Confirm the decision has been existed. Take pictures of the management. If something goes wrong, you know whom to call. If it's your relative, your sister, your aunt decides I'm going to take your child and then educate them from my home, please make physical visits to your sister or your aunt and ensure that your child is doing okay. We know that should never happen to minors. However, for adults, if it's within the country, again, confirm if it's a company, are they registered? If it's an NGO, is it registered? If they're not registered, please don't do it. When it comes to marriage, it's difficult within the country or even outside the country to confirm if your spouse or your potential spouse is going to traffic you. So you always advise those people that you're able to keep in touch with, whereby in case something goes wrong, you're able to communicate with them with your own coding or your...
Florence Kisilu also came out strongly to fight the menace with the help of the government of Germany. She advised accordingly.
We are called to be witnesses, to take risks, work on our fears, and they say, I am going to fight for the person who has no voice and they speak on their behalf. Well, they are talking about Vietnamese. In a year, I receive not less than about 6 Among them are middle-aged women and a few men. Men are not exempted. I've reintegrated them back in the society. When they come, they share. And when they share, they say, we have been sexually abused. Others have bruises. Others have scars in their bodies because of the mistreatment. They are really demoralized. So what are we supposed to do? The state has spoken. The church is here. As congregations, we are here. We have different congregations. What are we doing? Are we going to sit to wait until these people are trafficked and wait for them so as to be able to integrate them back and help them in our programs for healing processes? Are we going to just sit and not say something and wait until they go through the hard way? And then when they come back, is when we wake up and they start now taking a very expensive program for them to be helped to heal. Or we are going to decide as a church and as a state to do something together. We not reintegrate anybody who has been trafficked if you are not a professional or if you are not skilled. Why? Because these returnees, they need to be handled with care. They need somebody who will be able to understand them. They need somebody who will understand what they have gone through. And they need somebody who will be able to tell them, you are still a child of God. It is okay. And help them. Each persons have other assistant needs and issues, which inhibit their economic success, even their integration success. This includes chronic health problems, psychiatric problems, lack of self-esteem, and the motivation in the reintegration process, etc. And if not well facilitated during reintegration and well handled, these can bring other illnesses. And I'm sure you have heard, many have gone to Middle East and have come back depressed, have come back sick, and have come back in conflicts. Isn't it? You have heard that. So people have gone through hell in foreign countries and also within the country in the other countries. Physical trauma, as I've said before, victims of human trafficking are physically assaulted and the sharp instruments are used and they come back with broken bones, as we have heard before. And sometimes they come back when their lives are at risk. And hackers are very sharp. They promise. And when they arrive at the country of destination, for the first 2 to 3 months, they give money back to the family. This is my own experience with the returnees. They give the first month, the second month, and the third month. The communication is broken now. Their passports are taken away. So, when they come back, the Vietnamese come back to their country of origin, they are at risk. First of all, the family already invested big amount of money, and then now they come back and they don't have money. And therefore, that's why we are saying we need to have shelters. We need to build drop-in centers, whereby when they come from their country, the country of destination, and come back to the country of origin, when they find food, they find you as a sister of a certain congregation. You can see the Mercy sisters there, the Roleto sisters there. Where will you keep them? Will you take them to the convent? So we need senders, and I'm not saying our congregation or your congregation to build the senders. I'm talking about partnership. We partner together as congregations, we partner together as church, we partner together as the government, and we partner together with the other denominations and see what we are going to do together. Because, as it has been said before, alone it is impossible. So, as we sit here as participants, what are we thinking? When they come back, yes, we receive them, but where do we take them? The government is preparing a place, but what are we doing as a church before that place is complete? Because they are still coming. Do we have an answer? Don't know. Let's think about it. When they come back and they are poor, very poor, they have nothing, do we have a fund to facilitate us to reintegrate them back to the families and to the society? Do we have some funds to help them to begin a small business? Do we have funds to help them to go back to school? Because most of them are university dropouts. Others are students from colleges, and the others are from 4 leavers. So when they come back, because we want to embrace this, they have gone and they have come back as returnees. How are we going to support them? That's the challenge to the church and to the state. What are we going to do? For me, I've been doing this on behalf of some movements or congregations, but with the help of the government. It is very expensive. As one person, it is not. So let's think, join together, and then for those who are here and they are very interested, take steps forward. If you are interested, if it is your passion, let's wait for them. But look for institutions. There are institutions and the NGOs, and the government also. There are people who work hand in hand with those who have been trafficked. Get skills. Be out there. Reach out to them, and then let's help them to settle back. For some, it might take 6 months, others 1 year, others 2 years. It depends on the depth of the injuries and the psychological trauma, because we know we are all different.
The war against human trafficking needs to start with you. We need to join hands to fight the menace, else we shall miss the water if the well runs dry. Reporting for New People Media Center, Louis Maloa in Nairobi.